Hey guys, how you doing? This is Andy Huang. 大家好，我是黄家贤. Hey, listen, today I wanted to talk a little bit more. Yesterday I talked about the AVN, the RVNs, and and so on and so forth. So I got a lot of private messages saying that those things are very useful. So I wanted to kind of talk about a couple of other key phrases. So the first thing that you do the first thing that the realtors that you meet with or the real estate agents that you meet with, they will always ask you to sign a few pieces of paper. So I know people are very concerned, especially when it comes to signing paper. A lot of them actually say, I don't sign anything without my attorneys, that sort of thing. So I wanted to make sure, kind of let you guys know what different things, different papers and so on and so forth are for. So the first thing they're going to ask you to sign, or at least inform you, it's something called the agency disclosure. So we talked about it. The agency disclosure, meaning that in a real estate transaction, you will have, representation, meaning that who do you want me to represent? So a few scenarios are, if I'm the listing agent, I almost always, represent the seller, unless of course you hire me as your agent also. Then we go into the, do it agency with an advanced consent form. Or if it's being appointed by the broker in the office, then you have a designated do it agency with a designated agent. So those are the things that we talked about before. So today I wanted to focus on the forms. So one would be the first thing that we talked about was the agency disclosure, meaning that I'm letting you know what role I'm playing in this particular transaction. So, and there is a big bolder line straight across that paper that says this is not a contract. Although some attorneys beg to differ, because when you have the scenario where you have a designated agent, then with a dual agency kind of things, that is kind of a contract on that aspect. Because remember what I was talking about is in order for that to happen, I have to have two sets of clients. I have to be representing the sellers and in this case you as the buyer. All right, so that's a very unique situation. So I don't want to confuse you guys with this kind of first clip. So if you need additional help, if you need additional info, please private message me or drop a line below. Let me know, hey, listen, I'm in a situation like that, so can you please let me know? And then also, the second set is depending on the property that you're buying. If that house is built before 1978, then you have another disclosure. It's called a lead paint disclosure. That means after 1978, the federal government had prohibited lead to be an ingredient in paint, because we all know paint, so when you're surrounded in in an area that has a high content of lead, it actually impacts for example, if you have a toddler, it actually because lead has actually a sweet taste. A lot of people don't realize it. Why is lead paint such a big deal? A lot of people don't realize it, but lead paint actually, has this sweet taste. So that's why the kids will pick up the chips paint from from the walls or from windowsills, and then they'll actually eat it. And because they like that sweet flavor, they'll keep on eating it. So that's one. And also another thing is, if it's imagine the whole house is covered by lead paint, and so you're in this lead casket, and then that's actually scientific study has shown that it actually impact the young child's development, brain development. So it is a serious case. So that's why if it's before 1978, they have to have a form saying that, yes, I know there is lead paint and I took care of it, or B, I don't know whether that there's lead paint, or C, there is no lead paint. So that's why it's called a disclosure form. And obviously there is like we talked about, if you would like to hire me as your agent, then there's a right to represent, meaning there's a sheet, contract saying that I will represent you on all transactions. You're gonna go out, you're gonna find a house, I'm gonna find a house for you. Everywhere you go, I will be representing you as your agent. So that's called the right to represent. All right. So these are the few forms that they will ask you to sign. Just so that everyone understands it. It's not it's not something to overly concerned. You don't need your attorneys, but by all means, you can give it to your attorney if you want. Especially that the exclusive right to represent, that simply tells you that I am your agent. If you go out, if you find a place on your own, and if you should buy that house, I will collect whatever we agreed on, 1%, 2%, 3%, whatever it is agreed upon. So if the house is $1 million, if you buy it on your own, you still owe me $30,000 based on that contract. So that's why I was telling everyone, since you're gonna be represented anyway, since you're gonna pay anyway, so why not get representation? This is what I was talking about the other, during my other clip. All right, so. And then if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, please, you could always find me across any social media at Andy Huang, and you could reach me directly 646-996-0859, or email me directly andyhuangrealtor@gmail.com. All right, guys, it's a beautiful day. Have an awesome rest of the day, and then I will talk to you guys later. Bye now.